Good morning. I've been listening. I don't know if you're aware, someone has been practicing the Chadodi for the past couple of minutes. So that is my way of saying that I feel a little guilty, but I've changed the program a little bit for today, not entirely. Mostly because of the world events, I thought it would be appropriate to do something a little bit different. And as we get to other things, I'll explain. Okay, someone new just came. Amy, welcome. Okay, we haven't even started yet, so you're good. So we are going to start with, and this is driven partly by where they come in the Siddur, and I didn't want to be jumping back and forth, 50 pages back and forth. So we're going to start with the Khatsi Kadish. So I had said that the Kaddish would be one of the two things we do today. And there are, as we talked about last week, many forms of the Kaddish. The shortest one is what we'll do today. It's called the Khatsi Kadish, or the half Kaddish. And everything in the Khatsi Kadish appears in the others, and the others all add a little bit to what's in the Khatsi Kadish. So we say the Khatsi Kadish several times. In the Shabbat morning service, I think it's 3 times. We say it. It's kind of a divider between services, or it kind of announces that we're about to start a big section of the service. The first time we say it, hi, Iris.
Hi.
So the first time, I was just saying we're starting with the Khatsi Kadish. So we will, the first time it appears is right when we're starting Shacharit. So after the Pesach Zimra opening preliminary service, we say the Khatsi Kadish before the Baruch Hu. And then we say it at the end of the Torah readings, actually of the 7 Torah readings. Anything that comes after that is considered extra, like the maftir for the Haftorah reader is considered extra. The 7 Torah readings are the required Torah readings. So we say the Khatsi Kadish immediately after the 7th Torah reading. And then we say it before the Musaf service begins again. So those are the 3 times we say the Khatsi Kadish. And we also say the mourner's Kaddish at least twice, sometimes 3 times. And then, of course, there's the Kaddish Shalem, or the full Kaddish, which is at the end of the Shacharit service and at the end of the Musaf service. So you hear these words over and over and over again with different nusach, different melodies. Sometimes it's just the mourner's Kaddish is just chanted without a melody. And there are different melodies that you use in Shacharit and in Musaf. So I'm just telling you all this because you hear it all the time, but it might sound different. So why don't I stop talking and put it up here for us? Okay, so we're going to start, and this happens to fall in the book as I was saying, at the end of the Torah readings, because then we're going to continue with a few things that come after that.
Barbara, can you give us a page number in the Siddur?
It's in Lev Shalem, it's 174.
Thank you.
And
in Silverman?
Silverman, let me get Silverman. I thought, for some reason, I thought
I got the regular kind of.
Okay, let me just quickly find it, okay? I thought everybody was following it on the screen, but if not, let me just find it. Okay. I mean, it's in so many places, but let's see, so that you'll be set for when we go on from there.
Also, Sim Shalom.
It's on your email. The page is.
It is on the email. I have to say that
I can tell. Email. I'm looking at it. I can tell you.
Thank you.
Page 23 in Lev Shalem. Page 21 in Sim Shalom. Page
L'chadodi.
Oh, that's what you said. You're starting with L'chadodi.
No.
Doesn't it say we will begin with Hadadi?
I'm sorry. Were you not
I'll
here
find
when
it. Don't
I was
worry.
explaining? I just spent the first 5 minutes explaining that I changed things up a little bit for today.
I
Maybe
didn't-
you
I
came
wasn't
after.
sorry.
Yeah. Maybe you were away. Because of what's going on in the world, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Okay, but I want to stick with the Khatsi Kadish because that was on the program. So we're going to start with the Khatsi
I
Kadish.
apologize.
Okay, so does everyone have the page now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Read it on the screen.
Okay, or you can just read it on the screen, which I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, the screen is awesome. Thank you for putting that up.
Okay. But now my thing went berserk. Every time I touch it, it goes berserk. So I have to go back now. Unbelievable. I was so hoping not to have
Almost there.
jumping up and down.
I just.
Oh,
There it is. Oh, we just missed it.
no, because I'm not sure that that's the one I wanted. Well, you know what? If it's not, I'll have to revise it.
It's interesting. No Khatsi Kadish in this book.
I'm sorry. There's Khatsi Kadish before Musaf. Okay, this is the one I want. Okay, so I'm going to read the first paragraph and then ask. So again, I need you to tell me if somebody new comes, okay? Because I only see 4 or 5 people. So Amy Schulman is not here yet, right?
I'm here.
Amy
signed up.
Schulman, you're here? Okay.
Hi, Barbara. Sorry I'm late.
Okay, and what about Teresa? Did you come? Cindy or Sarah? Okay.
I'm here. Sarah's here.
Oh, Sarah's here too. Excellent. So it's the only people not here is Cindy and Teresa, and Jill I know is not here. If Cindy or Teresa come, please tell me. Okay. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Bi'alma Divra Kirute V'yamlich Malchute B'chaye Chon Uv'yomei Chon Uv'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'imru Amen. Okay, Amy Schulman, you want to read?
Sure. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Di Vra, Hirute, V'yamlich Malchute, B'chaye Chon, Uv'yomei Chon, Uv'chaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman, Kariv, V'imru, Amen.
Amen. Okay. I'm gonna go all the way through now, really to the end. It's, you know, the Khatsi Kadish is not that long. Okay. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Liolam Ulalmei Almaya. So let me just say that if you see it here, it's mivarach for centuries and through today, and you know, throughout all different denominations of Judaism, people say mivorach. But it and I'm not going to say it's wrong, and I'm not going to say why, because I don't know. I just know that if you look at it, it's mivarach. And the rabbis coming out of, you know, school today, they say mivarach, you know, but I am not going, I'm not telling you not to say mivorach, because the older rabbis say mivorach. You know, I'm not questioning it, I'm not denying it, I'm just telling you that I say mivarach, okay? And that's all. I'm not dwelling on it, okay? So Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Leolam ulome almaya. Yit barach veyish tabach veyit pa'ar veyit romam veyit naseh. So here again, many people carried over again from, I say, Eastern Europe, from the old country, whatever you will say, Yis, Yis Barach and Yis Pa'ar, Yis, because that is, I remember when I used to practice Hebrew when I was 8 years old with my grandfather, and I had been taught Yit, and he would be laughing hysterically because he knew, he knew that the modern, language was Yit, but he just used to laugh at me, because I didn't say Yis. So many people, of all ages, of all backgrounds, will still say Yis. And again, I am not here to. I'm not, to be politically correct, to be the police, to anything like that. I'm just telling you that it's modern Hebrew, it's Yit, right? Okay, Yit barach, veyish tabach, veyit pa'ar, veyit romam, veyit naseh, veyit hadar, veyit aleh, veyit halal, shemei dekudisha. Actually, it's not dekudisha, it's dekudsha. Barich hu. Birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen.
Excuse me, can everyone please mute except for Barbara? Thank you.
Okay, I'm just checking in to make sure that Teresa and Cindy didn't come because I don't want to miss anyone. Okay, so let me read that one more time and then we'll have a couple people read it. So, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Li'olam Ulalmei Almaya Yit Barach Veyish Tabach Veyit Pa'ar Veyit Romam Veyit Naseh Veyit Hadar, Veyit Aleh. Oh, this is another thing. Most people say Veyit Hadar, Veyit Haleh, Veyit Halal. But if you look at it, it's Veyit Aleh. And I've asked rabbis about this and they say, oh, it's, don't worry about it. Everybody just says ha, but I don't know why they would when it's ah. So I'm just pointing out these things to you, but please, if for 65 years you've been saying it another way, don't go nuts. And so Veyit Hadar, Veyit Aleh. I'm talking about over here in case anyone's not with me. Veyit Halal, Shemei Dekudsha Barichu. Birchat Liale Minkol, Birchata Vishirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Okay, so one thing I didn't say before, the congregation recites everything in bold, which is always the case, so maybe I don't need to say it. Okay, so when the leader finishes that first paragraph, everybody says, yeah, okay, so let's have Amy Schoenhal, you want to read the Yehei Shmei Rabbah till the end?
Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Le'olam Ulalmei Al Maya Yitbarach v'yish tabar v'yit pa'ar v'yit roman v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shmei dekudisha berich hu birchat.
I'm sorry, the first time I read
I forgot. Leila Min, Kol, Bidakata, Ushirata,
Vishirata.
oh, Vishirata, Tush, Bachata, Venechamata, Da Amiran, Baalma, Vimru, Omen.
Amen. Okay, excellent. Iris,
Yes.
you want to start from, why don't you start from the Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash on the top?
Yit Kadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Be'alma di Vira Kirute V'yamlich Malchute Be'chayirchan Be'chayichon.
I can't tell if you're saying a resh. There's no R. They're both
No,
yud.
I'm not. Right. Be'chayechon.
Good.
Uvyimechon.
Uvyo.
Uvyo mechon. Uvchai. De chol beit.
Uvchaye.
Uvchaye. De chol beit. Yisrael. Ba'agala. Uzman. Uvizman. Kariv. Ve'imru amen.
Okay, you want to just read the Yeheshmei line?
Yes. Yeheshmei Rabbah Mavrach La Alam Ulalmei Almaya.
Okay, good. Let's see, Sarah, this is the last paragraph.
Okay. Yit Barach V'yit Vayit okay. V'yishtabach V'yit Para V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Roman V'yit Naseh V'yit Tadar V'yit Halal V'yit Halal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu. Li'ela min kol birachta vishirata tushbachta Tushbechata Vinekhamata Dia Amiran Alma Vimru Amen.
Amen. Okay.
I just have a little question. When it's a lot of these words start v'it, and I wanted to know what that means.
V means and.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. And one other thing that I did not say about this, maybe most people know that the Kaddish is in Aramaic. It's not Hebrew, which is why it's a little bit harder, and the words are they don't roll off the tongue for us. And that was the reason, is that was the vernacular that people spoke. So this was, believe it or not, this was easier for them than Hebrew. And it's been compared to that there are a few prayers that we say today that are in English, or if you're in Italy that are in Italian, or wherever you are, there are a few prayers that they say in the native language. So it's kind of interesting that it seems so much harder to us, but they did it because for the people back then it was easier. Okay, so let's start. Audrey, do you want to start from the top?
Sure. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yamal divra kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechal beit Yisrael. Ba'agalav uv'isman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen. Yehesh. Go ahead.
Yehesh me Rabbah mivarach v'olam olamei almaya. Yit barach v'ish. Oh, should I stop?
Yeah, let's let Sheila. Do you want to read the last paragraph?
Yeah. Be it barach, be it tabach, be it par, be it ramam, be it naseh. Be it hadar, be it halal, be it halal, shemei de kudesha, brihu. Le'elam min kol birchata. Okay. Le'elam min kol bir. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to read the.
Oh, that's just
part.
once a year. We say Le'ela twice on
Okay.
Shabbat Shuvah between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Okay. Birchata.
Baruchata.
No, birchata.
Birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nehemata damiran bialma bimru amen.
Okay, good. I see that someone put something in the chat, but if I start looking in the chat, I'll lose my share screen. And so if it was important, what was it in the chat? Anything? Okay. So let's go on. The next thing I want to do is the prayer for peace, because
Sorry, Barbara, Teresa's here now. I know you asked to.
Oh, okay. Teresa, we started with the Khatsi Kadish, which was one of the two things that I had on the list for today. And we will come back to this and to the full Kaddish and to the mourner's Kaddish. So anyone who didn't have a chance today, we'll have plenty of chances to read the Kaddish. I just wanted to start with it because, as I said at the beginning, we say it at least, 7 or 8 times in one form or another during every service. I didn't even mention Kadish de Rabbanan when I was talking earlier, which is in the Pesach Zimra service. So, I mean, it comes up a lot and you hear the words a lot. Sometimes it's with a melody. There are different melodies depending on which part of the service we're in. So, and of course, if you're saying the mourner's Kaddish, you want to be able to say the words correctly and keep up with, because different congregations will do it at different speeds, and some appreciate that people saying the Kaddish need it to be slow and some don't, and so we'll practice it a lot. But for right now, I wanted to just go down a few pages here, and this is part of different synagogues do different prayers at the end of the Torah service. Some do the prayer for Israel, the prayer for our country. There's one that is called the Tefillah L'Shalom, a prayer for peace. And this is new to me as well. So if you aren't familiar with it, but I just think it's appropriate for today. And I would imagine that many shuls will start saying this, as long as this new war is going on. So I thought it might be nice. There are a few phrases in here that you'll see and you'll say, oh, look at that, I knew that, so we're not going to dwell on it. I just wanted to go through it, and it gives good practice just sounding out words that which is, as I said, the whole point of this is because once you can sound out a word, you can sound out any word, and that's what we're driving for. So Tefillah L'Shalom is the prayer for peace. That's the name of it. That probably wouldn't be said when someone's reading it. So I'm going to read one paragraph, and then just so you know, Jody, you're up next. Jody and Pixie and Sandra and Fran and Roberta, you're the ones who haven't gone yet. So if you want to be listening, okay. Yehi ratzon milfanecha. We hear this a lot, right? Adonai Eloheinu velo he avotenu. And Lev Shalem always includes the mothers, ve'imotenu. So that appears in so many prayers. You know, Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu, velo he avotenu, ve'imotenu. Shetivatel, milchamot is wars. Ushfichut damim min ha'olam, v'tashkin shalom ba'olam. And this is my favorite. Velo yisagoy el goy cherev velo yilmedu od milchama. So anybody who went to camp or Hebrew school or anywhere, right? Lo yisagoy el goy cherev lo yilmedu od milchama lo yisa. So that was very exciting to me earlier this morning when I saw that. Okay, so let's see. Jody, do you want to start with Yehi Ratzon? Are you muted, or let's see. Is Jody still here? Jody? I can't, all I can do is ask you to unmute. I can't unmute you.
She may have stepped away, maybe.
Oh, okay. Pixie.
Okay. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imatenu. Shetvaltel milhamot ushpikot damin min ha'olam v'tashbin v'tashbin shalom ba'olam v'lo yisa goy el goy cherev v'lo yil madu od milchama.
Okay, just say this word again.
Ushpi kut.
And so that's fi, not p.
Ushfikut.
Ushfikut. Okay. So they have the English right here, so we can know what we're saying. So may we see the day when war and bloodshed cease, when a great peace will embrace the whole world. Then nation will not threaten nation, and the human family will not again know war. Okay. So let's have.
Sorry, what's the? I'm just curious that V'lei Isa Goy El Goy, that line. How do you translate? Because
that's here. That's nation will not threaten nation. Goy is a nation. Lo is just no. So nation will not threaten nation. And we won't know war anymore. And the human family, I don't know, will not again know war. I don't know where they got the human family, but
I didn't know that Goy. It's interesting because Goy, to most of us, feel is a non-Jew, and this is a different meaning of
nation.
Goy.
It means a nation, right? It's a people or a nation, and right. And we always just talked about anybody who wasn't Jewish as being another people, or I know. It has a negative connotation, but all it means is nation. Yeah.
Doesn't it also mean stranger?
It might. I don't know. I guess it might, or maybe in Yiddish or in another. But yeah, it might. I know I learned it that way for sure, but I didn't know if that's proper Hebrew or if that's. Anyway, we'll look it up. Okay, why don't we have one more person? So let's see, did Jody come back? Oh, every time I touch this, it goes bananas. Okay. I want 178. Where did I end up? Unbelievable. 203. Unbelievable. Okay. Did Jody come back or no? Okay. Sandra, when I get back to 178,
Okay.
I have to just not touch anything. Okay. Okay. So, do you want to start from Yehi Ratzon, Sandra?
Sure. Yep. Yehiru. No, wait, where am I? Oh, up there. Yehi Ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu velochei avotenu v'imotenu shetivatel milchamot ushpichot damid min ha'olam v'hashchin.
It's a tav.
Batashchin shalom ba'olam velo yisagoi elgoi cherev velo yilmadu od milchama.
Okay, and then I'll just read the middle. Vakiru v'yedu kol yoshvei tevel shelo banu la'olam bishvil riv umachaloket velo bishvil sina, that's hatred, vikina is jealousy, vikintor ushfichut damim, so we have this ushfichut damim again. Rak banu la'olam kidei lehakir otcha tit barach lanetzach. So let's see what we have. For all who live on earth shall realize we have not come into being to hate or to destroy. We have come into being to praise, to labor, and to love. Compassionate God, bless the leaders of all nations with the power of compassion. Okay, so Fran, do you want to start with Yakiru v'yedu?
Okay. Biru v'yadhu call yish
yo, you see that?
Bayosh Bay Tevel Shiloh Ba'anu Leolam Bishvil Riv May I can't get that one.
Uma chaloket.
Uma chaloke. Is that right? Yeah. Below Bishvil, Shin Ha.
Sin A.
How do you say? She.
It's on the left side. Sin A.
Okay. The key tour, the Fikut, is it Damin, Rach, Banu, Leolam, Kadei, Hakir, Ot, Ha, to Bare.
Tit Barach. Tit
Barach. So the second is silent. Tit Barach
Lenetzach.
Lenetzach. Good. Okay. I'm going to read the last paragraph and let Roberta read, and then we're going to go on, because this is much more difficult than I just wanted you to be familiar with it, because I think that it's going to start appearing a lot, and at least you'll be able to follow along with the words. Uvechein tirachem aleinu vikuyam banu mikra shekatuv v'natati shalom ba'aretz ush chavtem ve'ein ma charid vehish bati chaya ra'a min haaretz v'cherev lo ta'avor be'artechem V'yigal kamayim mishpat utstaka kenachal etan ki mala'a haaretz dea et Adonai kamayim liyam michasim. So fulfill the promise conveyed in scripture. I will bring peace to the land, and you shall lie down, and no one shall terrify you. I will rid the land of vicious beasts, and it shall not be ravaged by war. Let justice and righteousness flow like a mighty stream. Let God's peace fill the earth as the waters fill the sea. And let us say amen.
I just want to interject that part of that prayer from Amos is in Martin Luther King's speech in 1963 from the Lincoln Memorial, the March on Washington.
Yeah,
he used that line at the end: "The mighty justice and a mighty righteousness and justice like a mighty stream."
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Nachal is stream.
Is that I had a dream?
It's part of that speech, but that line he pulled out of Old Testament.
Thank you. Okay, Roberta, do you want to start with Uvchein?
Sure. Uvchein tirachem aleinu vikuyam banu mikra shekatuv v'nata Shalom Ba'aretz Ush Chavtem Ve'ein Maharid Vehish Bati Haya Ra'a min haaretz v'herev lo ta'avor be'arzechem.
Right, that's in your land. So bi is in, and eretz, the root here is just land, and chem is the plural suffix for you, for your. So in your lands. Okay.
The yigal ka mayim mishpat
Tzedakah. You see tzedakah?
Oh, tzedakah. Okay. Kenachal Eitan. Ki mal'a haaretz dea et Adonai kamayim.
You know mayim, right?
Oh,
water, mayim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Layam Mikhasim.
Good. Oh, that was great. Okay.
Actually, when I'm trying to read it, I do better if I read something that I don't know, because then I'm not trying to remember it.
Exactly. Thank you for validating my whole point. Is thank you, because that's what I believe we need to be doing, not reading prayers that everyone kind of has memorized, you know. And there's value in that too, so that you can make, you know, the correct what you've been saying for 35 years. But I thank you.
Yeah, new stuff is better practice.
Exactly. I know it's scary though too. And you know, some people like it, some people don't. So we're doing some of each. Okay. So that's the prayer for peace. And there are things in here, there are words that we know, and thank you so much for pointing out that one line in particular. Was it this one? Let justice and righteousness flow like a mighty stream. Okay. So the last thing I want to do today is the prayer to announce Rosh Chodesh. We had last week, I had thought we'd wait until next week because that will be Rosh Chodesh. But then I remembered that we announced Rosh Chodesh on the Shabbat before Rosh Chodesh. So again, if you're going to synagogue on Saturday and you're going to be hearing the prayer for announcing Rosh Chodesh, and there are parts in it that the congregation says. So I thought, you know, I'm not expecting you to learn it in these 10 minutes, but at least you'll say, oh, now I know what you're talking about, you know. So so we are entering Adar 2, Adar Sheni. I'm sure you all have heard by now that we're in a leap year. And so there are 2 Adars. Here's a little bit about Adar. Occurs in February and March, celebrated on the 14th, preceded by the fast of Esther on the 13th. Because the lunar calendar of 12 months is slightly shorter than the solar year, the Hebrew calendar intercalates a full month 7 times in a 19-year cycle. This ensures that Pesach will always occur in the spring. So when a new month is added, there are 2 months of Adar. Adar 1, Adar Rishon, and Adar 2, Adar Sheni. So we're starting Adar Sheni on Thursday. It's a 2-day Rosh Chodesh, so it's Thursday and Friday. So Purim, in the year when there's 2 Adars, Purim is celebrated in Adar 2. Adar's symbol is a fish. It normally consists of 29 days. In a leap year, Adar 1 consists of 30 days. Okay, so this Birkat HaChodesh is said every month on the Shabbat before Rosh Chodesh. It says here, except in Tishrei, because they assume that everyone knows that we're at Rosh Hashanah, so they don't feel it's necessary to announce the month. Okay, so I'm going to read and have Amy Schulman, Amy Schonha, and Teresa, you'll be going next. And
question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we in Adar 1 now?
We're in Adar 1. We have been
okay.
For, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so here we start again. Yehirat son milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'lehavotenu, right? We just did that a minute ago. Shet chadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba, the month coming, l'tova v'livracha. So it's something like, let's see, may it be your will, and our God, grant that this coming month, hachodesh haba is coming, that this coming month bring us goodness and blessing. I'll read the whole thing so we don't have to go back and forth. And bestow on us a long life, a life that is peaceful, a life that is good. So you'll see there's a lot of repetition, a life that is blessed, a life with proper sustenance, a life with physical vitality, a life conscious of heaven's demands and wary of sin, a life free of shame and reproach, a life of abundance and honor, a life of love of Torah, conscious of heaven's demands, a life in which the worthy desires of our hearts are filled. Amen. My God, who wrought miracles for our ancestors, redeeming them from slavery into freedom, which we looked at last time. Remember the Hotzi Mimitzrayim, the bringing out, okay. Redeem us soon and gather our dispersed from the four corners of the earth, which the four corners we had in the Aviahavta, Kanfot, how the corners. May the entire people Israel be united in friendship, and let us say Amen. And now this is where there's participation from the congregation. So the leader will say the new month of, in this case, Adar Sheni, will begin on Thursday and Friday. So I'll show you when we get there how to say the new, where we fill in the blanks. And may the Holy One bless this new month for us and for the entire people, the house of Israel, with life and peace, joy and gladness, deliverance and consolation. And let us say Amen. Okay, Amen. So let's do the Hebrew. So, okay, Yehi Ratzon Mefanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohe Avotenu, Shet Chadesh Aleinu, Chodesh Haba, Litova v'Livracha.
Can you slow down a little, Barbara? You're zipping through.
Well, I said this, I said it already before, so this is the second
okay,
time.
never mind.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I was asking Amy Schulman to say you can go through Livracha or through Shel Shalom if you want. Okay, go ahead.
Yehi Ratzon Milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'Elohe Avotenu, Ve'imotenu, Shet Chadesh Aleinu et HaChodesh Haba, L'Tova V'Livracha, V'Titen Lanu Chaim Arukim.
So that's a long life. Chaim, when you know Chaim, and Aruchim means long. And it ends with the same end. It's a plural ending because Chaim is plural in Hebrew. So
Chaim
anyway.
Arukim, Chaim Shel Shalom.
So a life of peace. Okay.
Chaim Shel Tova.
Good life.
Chaim Shel Bracha.
Life of blessings.
Chaim Shel Parnasa.
Right, that's good fortune or abundance, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Chaim Shel Hilutz Atzamot. I can't, the cursor. Atzamot. Chaim Sheyesh Bahem Yirat Shamayim Yirat Hate. I'm sorry, hate.
Good.
Hayim she'ein bahem busha uchlima. Hayim shel osher v'chavod. Hayim shethe vanu ahavat Torah v'yirat shamayim. Hayim Sheyimalu. Yep. Sheyimalu.
Good.
Mish alot. Libenu. Litova. Amen. Selah.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So let's do that again. Amy, the other Amy S. Yehi Ratzon.
Yeah. Yehi Ratzon Milpanecha Adonai Eloheinu Va'al Loche Velche Velohe Avatenu V'imotenu Shetadesh Aleinu et ha-chodesh haba l'tova v'liv racha. V'ititan.
The T10.
The T10. I don't even want to ask. One of them has a dot and one doesn't, but they're both a test. But
yeah, and that's as far as we're going with that. Go ahead.
Lanu hayim arkim.
Arukim.
Oh, arukim hayom shel shalom.
Wait, what is this one?
Oh, hayim.
Yeah, good.
Shel shalom, hayim shel tova, hayim shel baracha, hayim shel parnasa, hayim shel chilut, artsamut, hayim sheyesh bachem Irat Shamayim Irat Het Hayim She'ein Bachem Bosha Viklima. No. Viklima? No.
Uchlima.
Oh, Uchlama. Hayim Shel Esher. No. Esher?
Osher.
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 Yeah, okay. V'char var. No. V'chavod. Hayim Shethe Banu Ahava Torah V'irat Shamayim Hayim Sheimalo Sheimalu Mishalot Labenu L'Torah Omen Selah.
Amen Selah. Okay. I just want to note that Yirat is I always thought it meant faith in, but I'm not finding it here. Conscious of. Oh, this is translating it as conscious of. Okay. I always thought it meant faith with faith in. Faith. Okay. So mi she'asa nisim la'avotenu ul'imotenu v'ga'al otam ma'avdut l'cherut hu yigal otanu v'karov v'kabet nidachenu me arba kanfot haaretz. So this is from the four corners of the world. Chaverim kol Yisrael v'nomar amen. So the part I want to get to, in case we run out of time, is here. So let's, so Rosh Chodesh, and we fill in here Adar Sheni, Yihiyeh, Biyom, and this is Thursday and Friday, which is Yom Chamishi V'Yom Sheni. If you know the number, do you know the numbers? They're the ordinal numbers. So instead of Chamesh, we say Chamishi, and instead of Shesh, it's Shishi. It's the same that we use when we're calling up people who are having the aliyot, right? Your Shlishi, Revi'i, Chamishi, Shishi. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you or not. So Sunday is Yom Rishon, Monday is Yom Sheni, Tuesday is Yom Shlishi, Wednesday is Yom Revi'i. Iris, correct me if I'm getting any of this wrong. No, Thursday is Yom Chamishi, and Friday is Yom Shishi. So we have Thursday and Friday coming up. So it's Yom Chamishi and V, which is and, V'yom Shishi. So, you know, it'll go fast in the service, but if you, at least you'll understand what people are saying. So, Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni Yihiyeh V'yom Chamishi V'yom Shishi Haba Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael L'Tova. So here it is. The new month of Adar Sheni will begin on Thursday and Friday. May it hold blessing for us and for all the people Israel. So I just, you know, anything I can do to add to your understanding of what's going on during the service, that's my kind of my goal here. So I don't know if anybody wants to practice that. You know, Adar Sheni Yom Chamishi V'yom Shishi. So Iris, do you want to start? Since the words
Rosh
are
Chodesh.
a little easier to you.
This one, Rosh Chodesh.
Adar Sheni.
Adar Sheni, Yeh b'yom Chamishi b'yom Shishi haba Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael L'Tova.
Good. And you want to just keep going here?
Yes.
Or you want, okay.
Yeah. Yechad Shehu, Yidchashehu, Kadosh Baruch Hu Aleinu ve'al Kol Amo Beit Yisrael v'lachaim u'l'shalom. Amen. L'sason u'l'simcha. Amen. L'Yisua.
Shua.
L'Shua u'nechama u'no amar. Amen.
Amen. So the last part is, may the Holy One bless this new month for us and for the entire people, the house of Israel, with life and peace. So we know Chaim v'Shalom, and joy and gladness, right? We know, I'm sure some of us know anyway, Sason u'Simcha, and then Lishua u'Nechama, deliverance and consolation. So this is like Yehoshua, or in Christianity, isn't it like, Yehoshua is Jesus, or anyway, deliverance and consolation. Okay, well, Nechama. Okay, so Teresa, I skipped you. If you want to start with Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni.
Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni Hey Ihe
Yeah.
Hiye Yom Hamishi or Yom Shlishi.
Shishi.
Shishi.
6 is, yeah, Shlishi is 3. Shishi is 6. Okay.
Oh, Shishi. Haba Olenu Ve'al Kol Israel L'Tova.
Good.
Oh. Yihad Shehu Hakadosh Baruch Hu Oleinu Ve'al Kol Amo Beit Israel Lehaim Shalom. Amen. Lesason Ulsimha. Amen. Lishua Nechama Ve'nomar. Amen.
Amen. Okay, good. So some of these words are really not so complicated, and we just know some of them from, so many years of saying them. So so I hope that you enjoyed learning how to fill in the blanks here. And you know, each month it changes. You have to know, you have to be ready and know what the month is and what day. Sometimes it's just one day Rosh Chodesh and sometimes it's two. So in the course of doing that a few times, you'll learn the days of the week, which is nice. So you'll know the months and the days of the week. So okay, so I hope that you enjoyed learning a few new things. The prayer for peace, I definitely is not easy, but I just thought, given what happened overnight, you know, we wanted to say that and be familiar with it a little bit. And the Kaddish, as I said, we will be doing over and over again in all its forms. And that I had already sent you a couple of links to practice. I probably will not be able to find the prayer for peace or the, maybe I might be able to find the prayer for Rosh Chodesh to send out to you if you want to practice that. And next time there is another beautiful, beautiful prayer that for Rosh Chodesh that again is not going to be easy, but I'd like to at least do one or two parts of it. And then maybe we'll do something easier too. We can go back to the Chadodi because so maybe we will go back to the Chadodi as well, because I heard that at least one person was practicing it and I want to be fair, you know. So, okay. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And anything right now before we stop?